So in this video we are going to discuss about Article 12. As we saw in the last video that fundamental rights are available against the state. So we need to understand कि state का मतलब क्या होता है. So इस term का मतलब state का मतलब समझना बहुत important है and this we will understand in this video Article 12 के अंदर. So as we know that there are certain fundamental rights which can be applied even against the private individuals like Article 15 clause 2, Article 17. We saw this in the last video that there are certain fundamental rights which can be applied even against the private individuals, private parties. But we also know that fundamental rights are available against the state. So when fundamental rights are available against the state, so we need to understand कि स्टेट का मतलब क्या होता है एंड आर्टिकल 12 विल टॉक अबाउट दिस कि स्टेट का मतलब क्या होता है. बट वी विल आल्सो हैव टू सी द जुडिशियल इंटरप्रिटेशंस, सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जजमेंट्स कि व्हाट डू वी एग्जैक्टली मीन बाय दिस टर्म स्टेट, वेदर जुडिशियरी विल बी ए स्टेट और नॉट, क्या कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स हैं, क्या क्राइटेरियाज हैं जिसके बेसिस पे हम लोग जज करेंगे कि कोई भी एंटिटी स्टेट है या स्टेट नहीं है, वेदर दैट इज अ स्टेट और नॉट स्टेट. सो हाउ विल वी डिसाइड दिस? So there are judgments of Supreme Court, there are certain landmark judgments which we will see in this particular video. We will also see the idea whether judiciary is a state or not. So this is very important to understand because as we know that fundamental rights are available against the state, so you need to know that what a state is, because only when you know that this particular entity is a state, only after that you can enforce fundamental rights against them. So that is why this becomes very important. So that is what we are going to see in this particular video. So Article 12 के अंदर these terms which are written here will be a state, like government of India and parliament of India state होगा, government of each states and legislature of each states ये भी state होगा, local और other authorities. So दो terms हैं यहाँ पे, local और other authorities within the territory of India or under the control of government of India state होगा. So when you talk about local authorities, ये डिफाइंड है सेक्शन 3 क्लॉज 31 ऑफ जनरल क्लॉजेज एक्ट. सो जनरल क्लॉजेज एक्ट सेक्शन 3 क्लॉज 31 डिफाइंस लोकल ऑथोरिटीज. इसमें आता है जैसे म्यूनिसिपल कमिटीज आएंगे, डिस्ट्रिक्ट बोर्ड्स आएंगे. सो दिस इज डिफाइंड, बट अदर ऑथोरिटी इज नॉट डिफाइंड. कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में भी डिफाइंड नहीं है, बाकी किसी एक्ट में भी डिफाइंड नहीं है. तो ये अदर ऑथोरिटी का मतलब क्या है, इसके लिए ये वी विल हैव टू सी the judgments of the Supreme Court. We will have to see the judicial interpretations. So we will have to see the judicial interpretations to understand that what do we mean by this term other authority. And there are a lot of important judgments of Supreme Court. There are a lot of landmark judgments of Supreme Court which we will see to understand कि other authority के ambit में क्या आएगा. तो this judgment is very important. Rajasthan Electricity Board versus Mohanlal. In this judgment, Supreme Court held that all those bodies which are created by the statute and जिनके ऊपर पावर कन्फर किया है स्टैट्यूट ने टू परफॉर्म गवर्नमेंटल फंक्शंस, गवर्नमेंट फंक्शंस और क्वासाई गवर्नमेंट फंक्शंस, वो स्टेट होंगे. तो बहुत सी ऐसी बॉडीज होती हैं जिनको स्टैट्यूट के द्वारा क्रिएट किया जाता है. सो देयर आर लॉट ऑफ बॉडीज विच आर क्रिएटेड बाय द स्टैट्यूट. And when a statute has created any particular body which has been given the power, on which power has been conferred by the statute to perform the governmental functions or quasi governmental functions, they will come under the ambit of the state. So this is one thing. So this is very important to understand. Similarly, in the case of Sukhdev versus Bhagat Ram, LIC, ONGC, these were held to be a state because it was held that the functions which these entities are performing like LIC, ONGC, these are very closely related to the functions which are performed by the government. So the performance, the work which is done by the government and the work which is done by these entities like LIC and ONGC are very similar. They resemble each other and are very similar in nature. And using this idea, using this argument, the Supreme Court held that LIC and ONGC will come under the ambit of a state because the job which they are doing, the duties which they are discharging are very similar to those duties which are discharged by the state. So this as we think that we can understand दैट द आइडिया इज वेरी क्लियर कि जैसे राजस्थान इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बोर्ड वर्सेस मोहनलाल का आइडिया के केस में ये आइडिया था, ये कहा ऑनरेबल सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कि ऐसी बॉडीज जिनको स्टैट्यूट ने क्रिएट किया है और जो गवर्नमेंटल फंक्शन कर रही हैं या क्वासाई गवर्नमेंटल फंक्शन कर रही हैं वो स्टेट के अंदर आएंगी। सिमिलरली इन द केस ऑफ सुखदेव वर्सेस भगत राम केस में ये कहा गया कि ऐसी कोई बॉडी है जो ऐसा फंक्शन कर रही है जो जनरली गवर्नमेंट करती है, तो गवर्नमेंट के की जो ड्यूटीज हैं अगर उस टाइप के ड्यूटीज सिमिलर ड्यूटीज कोई और बॉडी कर रही है जैसे LIC एंड ONGC कर रही है तो दे विल कम अंडर द एम्बिट ऑफ द स्टेट। Then this is another very important judgment, RD Sethi versus International Airport Authority। इसमें बहुत सारे क्राइटेरियाज लेट डाउन किए गए थे, सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने बहुत सारा क्राइटेरिया दिया था जिनके बेसिस पे वी कैन डिसाइड वेदर एनी एंटिटी इज स्टेट और नॉट। तो वो क्या क्राइटेरियाज हैं, तो जैसे उसमें कुछ चीजें हैं कि अगर इंटायर शेयर इज विद द गवर्नमेंट, so if there is with the state, like if there is any entity and entire share is with the state, then that is one thing to be seen। Another thing which we have to see कि अगर deep financial control है, if a state is controlling the organization financially, then that is another important criteria to be seen। Then there are different criteria, if the particular entity is enjoying the monopoly status which has been conferred by the state, that is another important criteria। So but we have to be very clear कि monopoly status they are enjoying, and this monopoly status they are enjoying and this status has been conferred by the state। So this has been conferred by the state, that is very important। If it is not conferred by the state and they are enjoying the monopoly status on their own without a state conferring it, then that is not to be seen। So what we have to see, criteria क्या है state होने का कि monopoly status वो enjoy कर रहे हैं और वो monopoly status state ने उनके ऊपर confer किया है, that has to be seen। वैसे ही सेकेंड क्राइटेरिया भी सो कि फिनेंशियली स्टेट कंट्रोल कर रही है, बहुत डीप कंट्रोल है स्टेट का, तो दैट इज अनदर इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग। या फिर जो शेयर है उस पर्टिकुलर एंटिटी का, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का, उसमें स्टेट का कंट्रोल है। सिमिलरली अगर कोई पर्टिकुलर गवर्नमेंट का ब्रांच है, गवर्नमेंट का कोई पर्टिकुलर ब्रांच है जो कि ट्रांसफर हो गया किसी नॉन स्टेट एंटिटी को, तो दैट इज अनदर इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग। वैसे ही अगर कोई डीप एंड परवेसिव कंट्रोल है गवर्नमेंट का, डीप एंड परवेसिव कंट्रोल है स्टेट का किसी एंटिटी के ऊपर, तो दिस आर द क्राइटेरियाज विच वी विल हैव टू सी। अगर ये सारे क्राइटेरियाज होंगे तो दैट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन विल कम अंडर द एम्बिट ऑफ द स्टेट। तो ये सारे क्राइटेरियाज देखे जाते हैं। नाउ अनदर इंपॉर्टेंट केस इज अजय हासिया वर्सेस खालिद मुजीब। In the case of Ajay Hasia versus Khalid Mujib, Supreme Court said कि जो टेस्ट दिए गए हैं RD Sethi केस में वो सही है। Supreme Court allowed this test and Supreme Court even applied this test, but Supreme Court said one important thing कि जो ये टेस्ट है वो बहुत ज़्यादा we will not have to make it very broad। मतलब ऐसा नहीं करना है कि अब सारे एंटिटीज को हम लोग बोले कि वो स्टेट ही हो जाएंगे। तो we have to maintain this careful balance। तो there has to be this idea of balance। So balancing has to be done। We have to see these criteria which are there as held in the case of RD Sethi। अजय हासिया केस जो हुआ, अजय हासिया वर्सेस खालिद मुजीब में, उसमें भी सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने इन टेस्ट को अलाउ किया। सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने इन टेस्ट को बोला कि these are the genuine tests। सुप्रीम कोर्ट upheld this। But one important observation was that there has to be this sort of balancing। We cannot make it so broad that all the entities will come under the ambit of the state। So this limitation has to be there, this restriction has to be kept in mind। But these are the important criteria। I hope you can understand it very clearly कि अगर कोई ऐसा सिंपल आइडिया है कि अगर कोई ऐसा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जिसके ऊपर गवर्नमेंट का बहुत ज़्यादा फिनेंशियल कंट्रोल है, या ऐसा कोई मोनोपोली स्टेटस वो एंजॉय कर रहे हैं जो गवर्नमेंट ने उनके ऊपर कन्फर करा हुआ है, या कोई ऐसा ब्रांच है जो पहले गवर्नमेंट के अंदर आता था जिसको ट्रांसफर कर दिया गया किसी प्राइवेट एंटिटी, प्राइवेट पार्टी, प्राइवेट कॉर्पोरेशन को, तो वो स्टेट के अंदर आ जाएंगे, या गवर्नमेंट का उनके ऊपर डीप एंड परवेसिव कंट्रोल है तो वो स्टेट के अंदर आ सकते हैं। तो दिस आर द इंपॉर्टेंट क्राइटेरियाज विच वी हैव टू सी। Then another important case is Pradeep Kumar Viswas versus Indian Institute of Chemical Biology। In this case, Supreme Court said कि the ultimate test is कि वी हैव टू सी कि क्या गवर्नमेंट का डीप एंड परवेसिव कंट्रोल है उस एंटिटी के ऊपर या नहीं है. सो वी हैव टू सी दैट वेदर गवर्नमेंट हैज डीप एंड परवेसिव कंट्रोल और नॉट ऑन पर्टिकुलर एंटिटीज. कहाँ पे डीप एंड परवेसिव कंट्रोल? सो बोथ फंक्शनली, financially, administratively. So in any of these cases, if we find whether administratively or functionally or financially that government is controlling those entities in deep and pervasive way, then that is the ultimate test. So this case of Pradeep Kumar Biswas versus Indian Institute of Chemical Biology is very important, where Supreme Court was very clear that the ultimate test which we have to apply and see that whether government is controlling that entity in deep and pervasive way in any of these areas, functionally, financially, administratively, in any of this sense, then we can say that that particular entity will fall under the ambit of the state. Now another important case is J.E. Telefilms versus Union of India, where the question was whether BCCI is a state or not. So in this case, Supreme Court held that BCCI is not a state. So BCCI will not fall under the ambit of the state, and Supreme Court said that the criteria which are held in the case of R.D. Sethi are not applied here, will not be fulfilled in this case and were not fulfilled. Like Supreme Court said कि BCCI जो है वो monopoly status तो enjoy करती है, but that has not been conferred by the state. So state has not conferred monopoly status on BCCI. So that was held in the, as we saw in the R.D. Sethi very clearly, कि monopoly status होना चाहिए और वो monopoly status state के द्वारा conferred होना चाहिए. So if a state has conferred that monopoly status, then that is the important criteria. So in this particular case, Supreme Court held कि BCCI monopoly status तो enjoy कर रहा है, बट वो स्टेट ने कन्फर्म नहीं करा है उनके ऊपर. सिमिलरली ये कहा गया इस केस में कि BCCI जो है दैट इज नॉट क्रिएटेड बाय एनी स्टैट्यूट. BCCI इज नॉट क्रिएटेड बाय एनी स्टैट्यूट. सिमिलरली BCCI के ऊपर कोई डीप एंड परवेसिव कंट्रोल नहीं है स्टेट का, कोई फिनेंशियल कंट्रोल भी नहीं है स्टेट का. So all these criteria which are there were not fulfilled. So because these criteria which were held in the R.D. Sethi and subsequent judgments were not fulfilled, so Supreme Court came to the conclusion that BCCI will not fall under the ambit of the state and BCCI is not a state. So now we can understand कि what are the criteria to see. Like it is very clear that गवर्नमेंट एंड लेजिस्लेचर यूनियन लेवल पे स्टेट होगा, गवर्नमेंट एंड लेजिस्लेचर स्टेट लेवल पे जो है वो भी स्टेट के अंदर आएंगे, लोकल अथॉरिटीज विल बी स्टेट. बट जो ये टर्म अदर अथॉरिटीज था वो कैसे डिसाइड होगा कि व्हाट डू वी मीन बाय दिस टर्म अदर अथॉरिटीज, दैट we have to understand from the judicial interpretation, and these are the cases which we saw like Ajay Hasia versus Khalid Mujib, R.D. Sethi, Rajasthan Electricity Board case, Pradeep Kumar Biswas case. So all these cases we can understand कि कैसे decide करेंगे कि other authorities कौन सी होंगी जो state के अंदर fall करेंगी, and these are the criteria which we have to apply. Now one important topic which we have to see in this particular topic कि judiciary state होगा या नहीं. Is judiciary a state or not? This is another important question. Now in case of this Naresh Mirajkar versus the state of Maharashtra, the court held कि अगर हाई कोर्ट का कोई जजमेंट है उसके अगेंस्ट आप स्पेशल लीव पिटीशन के अंदर 136 आर्टिकल 136 के अंदर सुप्रीम कोर्ट जा सकते हैं, बट आप आर्टिकल 32 के अंदर रिट पिटीशन फाइल नहीं कर सकते हैं अगेंस्ट द जजमेंट ऑफ द हाई कोर्ट. So if any judgment is given by the High Court and you are not satisfied with that particular judgment of the High Court, then you can approach to the Supreme Court, you can appeal in the Supreme Court, but you cannot use the Article 32 jurisdiction, because Article 32 is applied only in those cases when fundamental rights are violated. So Article 32 is very clear. Article 32 will be applied when fundamental rights are violated. Then you can approach to the Supreme Court under Article 32 claiming that your fundamental rights are violated, and then the Supreme Court has the power to issue the writs. Now if High Court has given any judgment and you are not satisfied with it, then you cannot use this Article 32 jurisdiction. You can go by appeal under the provisions of appeal, not 32 jurisdiction. This was held in this particular case. Then in another case, A.R. Antule versus R.S. Nayak, Supreme Court held very clearly that courts cannot pass any order which will violate your fundamental rights. So court cannot pass any order or direction which is violative of fundamental rights. This was held in the case of A.R. Antule versus R.S. Nayak. Now the ultimate question is whether judiciary is a state or not. So the answer is that judiciary performs two type of functions. One is called judicial function and another is called non-judicial function. Non-judicial functions. Judicial function simply means that when judiciary is deciding on the rights and liabilities, when judiciary is deciding on any disputes, those are the judicial functions. Like simply if one person is claiming that he has not committed the murder and another person is claiming that this particular person has committed the murder, then the court will decide that whether that person has committed the murder or not. Now this is judicial function. Or if the High Court or Supreme Court is doing the judicial review, like if they are deciding that whether any particular act is constitutional or unconstitutional, this is the judicial function. Or say if the judiciary is deciding that whether this particular property belongs to A or to B, this is judicial function. Whether someone has committed the crime or not, this has to be decided whether a particular person has committed the crime or has not committed the crime. This is the judicial function, like any crime, theft, kidnapping, abduction, whatever. So these are the judicial functions. And non-judicial functions are those functions like कोर्ट के अंदर और भी चीजें होती है. Like if you see, court will have employees. There are exams which are conducted by the court to hire those employees. So these are the non-judicial functions. So when court is doing judicial function, then it will not fall under the ambit of the state. So whenever judiciary is performing judicial functions, it will not fall under the ambit of the state. But when the same judiciary is performing non-judicial functions, when they are performing non-judicial functions, like I told you, like when they are doing appointment or they are giving salary to the employees or all those issues which are non-judicial in nature, then they will fall under the ambit of the state and they will be considered a state. So this is the idea, that when judiciary is a state and when judiciary is not a state. So we have to be clear regarding this. So as we saw in this video that Article 12 talks about a state. What is a state? Why is it important? Because fundamental rights are available against the state, so we need to understand the meaning of a state. Then we saw that Article 12 के अंदर ये सब स्टेट के अंदर आएंगे, गवर्नमेंट एंड पार्लियामेंट ऑफ इंडिया, गवर्नमेंट एंड लेजिस्लेचर ऑफ ईच स्टेट एंड लोकल और अदर अथॉरिटीज. लोकल अथॉरिटीज का मतलब 3 क्लॉज 31 जनरल क्लॉजेज एक्ट में दिया हुआ है. अदर अथॉरिटीज के लिए हम लोगों को जुडिशियल इंटरप्रिटेशन देखना पड़ेगा, जुडिशियल डिसीजन देखना पड़ेगा, विच वी सॉ इन दिस पर्टिकुलर वीडियो. We saw this case Rajasthan Electricity Board versus Mohan Lal, Sukhdev versus Bhagat Ram, where LIC and ONGC were held to be state. We saw RD Sethi versus International Airport Authority, where a lot of criteria were given to see whether a particular entity is a state or not. We saw Ajay Hasia versus Khalid Mujib. We saw Pradeep Kumar Viswas versus Indian Institute of Chemical Biology, that what is the ultimate test, that is deep and pervasive control hai ya nahi, functionally, financially or administratively. Then we saw another important case, JE Telefilms versus Union of India, where the question was whether BCCI is a state or not, and what was the judgment. BCCI was not a state. BCCI was held that it is not a state, and the criteria which were given in the RD Sethi case and subsequent judgments was used, and the court came to the conclusion कि ये जो criteria है वो fulfill नहीं हो रहे हैं. Then another important question Article 12 के अंदर जो था कि judiciary state है या नहीं, we saw the distinction between judicial function and non-judicial function, and we saw that when the state is doing, when the judiciary is performing the judicial function, they will not come under the ambit of a state, but when the same judiciary will doing the non-judicial functions, then they will come under the ambit of the state. So I hope this is very clear. So in the next video, we will then talk about other articles like Article 13, 14 and we will continue.